You definitely don't want these.
No.
What are those?
Wasabi.
Wasabi peas.
Wasabi.
No, get those away from me.
What's the wasabi?
Try one. Try one and find out.
Yeah, have one.
No.
Put it in your butt.
No.
It'll be extra good in your butt.
If it's gonna be that kind of party, I'm gonna put my dick in the mashed potatoes. Cool?
I'll have to make some mashed potatoes.
I just did.
Homemade.
Interesting. I'll just keep these over here. They're for me.
Huh. That's an interesting
I'm the
taste.
ruler of the chocolate chip cookies.
They're so goddamn snacky.
Just drink all this
Coffee.
You just
Yes, I just now saw that. Listen, I don't see well. These don't work. I
all
need
4
new
of
ones.
them.
There's no soul here.
There's no soul here. Are we going? What's happening?
Oh,
Is God
yes, we
here?
are.
He's
I
not
meant
here.
for that to be like the intro, but I forgot I was checking to make sure.
Boy, you fucked up.
I do.
Alright.
I do fuck up.
No, I just said past tense. You fucked up already.
I do. I am. I
Is.
Hey, we all do that.
Me
You're in good
especially.
company.
Hello,
What?
ladies and gentlemen, everything in between. We're here doing the thing,
Actually, no. I'll rule.
and we have a new
Macadamia.
person. You can't see him though. The camera's not fully angled there.
I mean,
There he is.
Look at him.
This is our friend Spencer.
Hello.
He's our.
On the roll of
Why is-
macadamia. By your macadamia.
My hero of macadamia.
Motherfuckers, I made that joke. No one laughed earlier.
I got what you meant. None of the others heard you.
No, I heard you. I've just heard it 100 times before.
It's just funnier when you say it, I guess.
Most things are.
Most things aren't for me.
I'm just being a doofus.
I know.
I don't listen.
That's
I'm just here.
That's the purpose of the show.
Yeah.
I'm just here.
I want my dragon boy.
The Dragon Boy.
Claim a cookie aisle. Claim a cookie aisle. Join me.
Where's my raven?
Chocolate chip.
My raven's right here. I tossed them all over there.
There, it's a little more even.
Why were you
To
so
make room!
Why were you so
To make
mean?
room for the high and mighty!
You were so mean.
Jesus. Thank you.
I'm ruler of the oatmeal raisin because they're the most unappreciated cookie.
I love them. Why are they so unappreciated?
I don't know. They're fucking incredible.
Oatmeal chocolate chip is also really good.
Oatmeal raisin
been
and
so
chocolate
long.
chip. Put oatmeal, raisins, and chocolate chips and just a fucking dildo in my cookie.
I'm trying to process how they would do it.
You're sweet.
It's best if you don't know the trade secret.
But Davey, at that point, you just get the fucking
Yes.
Hardee's raisin.
No, you
bread.
just get the fucking.
You get the fucking.
You do get the fucking.
You get the fucking.
Oh God, where were we last time?
Nothing.
We were in town.
Or
You got a
I don't
mission
remember.
from
Someone
God,
stop time.
sort of.
You got a mission from God!
actually a bunch of holy people, but
Basically
Different God.
And then you all, I think we're just
Not,
you have
not
to go
Christian God. No one
buy,
knows
like,
where he
commission
went.
some stuff from a black.
that happened. And you stopped time with a person in a nice outfit that had talking to her.
What?
So,
Oh,
if you
yeah.
remember last time, Sarah, it seemed like time
Coming
had,
back to me.
time had stopped.
It's all coming back to me.
And there was
Boomerang. It's all coming back to you.
Great
was that,
show.
was that actually their
I
tagline?
think
I'm
so.
pretty
I
sure.
think
I
so.
think it
Was
was.
Forever.
I think it was.
So, not trademarked.
Is trademarked?
Kinda.
Probably.
That's by
For
somebody.
We'll
Yeah.
be sued later on tonight.
Somebody has definitely bought the patent for it because they could. Because they did that. They let that happen. So, you were talking to some person who was in a very, like, colorful outfit and had, like, a Harlequin mask. And...
Harley Quinn, the lover.
Hmm?
What?
No, a Harlequin, not Harley Quinn.
Oh.
I mean, they're the same thing.
They are the same thing, and at the same time, no. Because Harley Quinn is better.
You gotta do it better.
And
What happens next to Jesus?
Good fucking question. He's
Such a high and mighty title.
I want to talk to Sam Smorkle.
what?
What?
That was a thing that I got tagged in today. No one else is privy to this. Keep going.
He addresses you. It's like, Raven. My sweet little priestess. How have you been? You've been off the charts for a little bit. Where'd you go?
Chilling.
I wish I knew.
Honestly.
Probably all of us.
Because you seem to kind of drop off the face of yes for a minute.
The band?
Yes.
I'll have to drop out.
So I'm not
I'll
entirely
be the
sure what's
roundabout.
up with that. But have you just wanted to like come and give my divine check-in with you? Have you made mischief?
Yes.
I've done my best.
Have we made mischief? I wonder.
I mean,
I've done my best on my end. With help
We
of
were kind of-
these dumbasses.
We just destroyed an island.
we were kind of. Listen, we
Yes,
had.
but I need you to take the lead. You're the cleric of trickery here.
We didn't
Don't let
have
these
a lot
jokers
of
out
options,
joke the
did we?
jokester.
Oh, I'm not. They have their mind of their own. I only got my own. I know when to lead if I want to.
We can dance if we want to.
Stop.
Is this
I know how to
fine? Yeah,
lead
this
in
is.
my own right. They're just my reindeer, if you will.
Excellent.
I would have questions, but I can't. I can't talk.
Yes, you have so many.
Yeah, I have
questions.
so many questions
You
as
have no
well.
mouth.
I have so many questions as well.
Now ask away then.
Who are you again? I have a terrible memory. In and out of character, I do. No hate towards you.
Well, this is the first time that we've done this. It's like, hi, I'm Irvin, elvish god of trickery, who saved you from the drow. Welcome. Don't know how you forgot such an important thing.
See, listen, I remember the stupidest of things and forget the most important things.
I'm a cleric
In and
who
out of
forgot who my
character.
god was.
So what you have to do?
What social commentary? Moving on.
So you have to. So if you want me to remember this interaction, you're gonna have to act like a fucking idiot. All right?
You're gonna have to
No.
do something very memorable.
No, I swear.
Well, now that that's been re-established, I guess. Any other soul searching you need done?
I love the sassy god.
The trickster got what we want.
What am I supposed to say?
What do you say to God? What if God was one of us?
I'm got a lot of questions.
Just us
Do
one
y'all have
of
questions?
us. Well, we can't ask any
I
questions.
can't.
They're dead right now. Legally speaking.
We're
I'm frozen in time, juggling some
Their
shit.
brains Nothing firing.
The drow.
I'm firing
The
on
drow?
those.
If I could speak to you, I'd object to that.
The dark elves.
Huh?
The dark
Dark
elves,
elves.
the evil peeps, the slavers, the bits.
You escaped.
The biz.
Oh.
The
You
So
are-
underbiz.
kind of like the promised
What's this
Neverland.
god? This guy's.
Kinda. A little bit.
Irving.
Not exactly.
He's just like elvish god of trickery.
Okay.
Like sun elves and moon elves.
Okay.
Wasn't I juggling in place when I was frozen? I
Yes,
think
you
that's
were.
what I said.
I was
better-
messing with my hand.
You were in mid ball.
You better keep juggling. Keep juggling. Forever.
Well-
Forever.
I looked directly into the light. That was a bad idea.
Good.
What they
Don't
tell
look
you
into the
about looking
void.
at
That's
the
my
sun.
job.
Suffer. As I have suffered.
So,
I'm not very inspired by your words.
Besides checking in on me, how's things on your end?
Oh, chaotic as usual. If it wasn't, it'd be boring, and I would have no purpose.
No point.
And the mask like turns into a sad,
Oh, that's
frowny
sad.
face. A big tragedy.
Pressing up to Paris.
somehow that happens. Even
Yeah, that somehow that squeaked out, even though I'm frozen in place.
And then I say, you see what I mean?
Most impressive.
And I
That-
wink.
Then I say, you see what I mean?
And then I wave. Somehow I'm able to just do very slight movement. I know what's happened.
I don't. I'm messing with my
I
hand
can't
too
do much. But I'm here.
Yeah, he's the Rudolph. I guess you could say.
Oh, that's so cute.
In my sleigh of mischief, with my Rudolph leading the charge
Lighting
with his
the
dumb
way.
face.
I swear to God.
Yes. Well, if you have no questions for me,
Why are you bitching at me? That's a good question to ask.
Why do you think I have not done what I'm supposed to do?
Well, for a moment there, I thought that you were like just gone. Like for
I didn't mean to be.
like 4 days.
I didn't mean to be.
Like you dropped off every verse.
I did not mean to be.
Mm-hmm.
We were in another.
There was a boat. It
You're
went
not
somewhere.
here. He just goes up and closes your feet.
You are meant to be quiet.
Ties it in a bow.
Puts a big.
Makes it a toucan.
Oh God.
But only the top
Sail?
part.
Sam?
Dan. I'm Toucan Dan, the Toucan Man.
So, was a bit worried that there was some sort of weird pocket plot hole thing. That's no? Cool. Alright. Needed to make
Kinda
sure of
was.
that, because that's kind of my thing, and I don't want any of that.
No, of course not.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good. Now, make some mischief. You're doing great, kid.
Aw,
And then
thanks,
he-
Dad.
Goes up in like a puff of
He's
smoke.
basically
and everything else.
Shinigami-sama, isn't he?
Who?
Shinigami-sama.
Oh, that Lord
Lord
Death.
Soul Eater.
I was thinking.
I watched the dub.
I was thinking more like
so
ESO.
it takes me a
I mean,
second.
that's what they say in the sub, too, but they say it in the
Mandoli.
manga. So
Mm.
it's
I was really thinking he was more like Shiradora.
Mandoli. Don't do that to me. Don't fucking threaten me.
But he goes up in a puff of smoke and time like returns. Everything starts going back to normal, as if nothing happened.
Hey guys,
Except
I
for
met
you.
Dad.
And I give a knowing glance.
I had no idea what
I'm
happened.
gonna pretend I don't know.
I don't know actually what happened, so I'm neutral.
I met my dad.
You met your dad?
My dad.
God, I'm in a
Who
weird
has
mood.
a dad anymore?
Look,
In these times, in these jeans,
And most anime.
honestly.
oh, yeah, let me do something.
Oh no.
So you can choose to tell us about what just happened or nah. It's up to you.
I met the
Between you and,
oldest.
it's between you and your god.
So, you guys
I
are...
take a few whiffs. Did someone fart?
No.
Somebody step on a duck?
Damn
No.
it. Damn, emotes won't work.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
still
no, we
juggling.
blocked it.
Oh, look how cute it is.
Hey, where's those foam dice?
What, these dice?
Yes.
There's one.
I
Where's
want
the
two
other
more,
two?
so I can continue my
The
juggling.
other ones are ammo for me
Oh.
to throw at Davey.
I could have sworn I had two more of these. Where did they go? What, do you expect me to believe some
They.
god just appeared and materialized out of thin air and just stole my dice that I was juggling?
Whatever keeps
Well,
you
my
asleep
ball.
at night. Whatever keeps you asleep at night.
Whatever keeps you asleep at night.
Whoever stole my balls will feel my wrath!
That is an interesting
Your
way to
balls are
put
still
that.
on you, sir.
Oh, not this one!
Oh, that one. Well,
Whatever smothers you to death at night.
that is not what I said.
Whatever makes you sleep forever.
I mean, he didn't. I mean, that.
So,
I mean, he didn't tell me not to tell him about him. So.
yeah, because, like, skin oil will take off the paint. Just on the whites, though. Because I think these are color foam.
You can have this back.
Oh, it's fine. I did that myself.
Shit!
You are a bard. You get
I
die.
did that myself.
I have one.
By the
die.
way,
Identify your smell.
that trickster god didn't say that I couldn't tell them about him, so I tell them about him.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
In fact, that's
Wait, you're telling me
encouraged.
God is real?
That's
My
like
own god.
encouraged.
Thank you.
Oh, interesting.
Miss Cleric Thing.
What?
Miss
That's like
that.
encouraged to tell people about your god.
Little girl.
Do you believe in Jesus Christ? I'm here to tell you about Jesus Christ.
Anyone else want
It's
to
Jason
do
Bourne.
drawings?
Maybe in a little bit. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Alright.
Because I'm a fat fuck.
I'll bring him over here then.
Are we all?
Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, you want some?
Maybe. It's like toothpaste.
It's like
Cookies.
tasty
How many do you want?
toothpaste.
Just one for right now.
Alright.
Oh.
And it's gone.
By the way, is he chaotic evil or chaotic neutral?
Probably just chaotic.
Chaotic neutral.
Okay.
Chaotic.
Mischief making isn't inherently evil.
Mischief baking.
It just depends on
Nobody
the act.
died.
It just
Well,
depends.
No one
Wish
that
nobody
we knew.
knew.
Actually, did anyone die when that castle fell?
Hmm?
Did anyone die from that castle?
Head
probably.
did. No, Head didn't actually. The Elder Demon did.
You probably lost a few people on the boat ride home.
That's
Because
fine.
dust in the lungs is really
yeah.
bad. So as you all are
You leave all
doing
the cookies.
doing your various dirty deeds in the inn,
Done dirt cheap.
If I didn't
as
have
you're waiting the next
fucking
night,
straw in my
waiting
mouth, I
for
would've.
the like either to go to bed or while Wiley is juggling.
Waiting to have porpoise again.
Yes. Well, to set off, get your new armors and shits. There is a man like busts through the inn door
There's a man out there.
I object!
with like stark white hair and like a
Zed?
crazy look in his eye.
Oh, that'd be me, doesn't it? Ah.
Yeah, so
Hi.
Wiley, you not Wiley, Spencer.
Yes.
Draper said at
you-
least for a day.
You like busting through this inn, and you see what looks like a group of 3 people, adventurous looking type, because one of them is a human with like some really scarred hands, One of them is a drow and one of them is a kenku, and they've all walked into a bar. It's the beginning of a joke.
Yes.
There's
Yes,
a dragonborn bard juggling now one ball.
As the other two.
The kids around are
somehow
incredibly
immediately
less
scanning
enthused.
for 2 invisible balls. Just to be sure.
Like, the kids are incredibly less enthused than they were.
Right.
Can I?
Oh, this is pointless.
It was almost
That
a
was
rolling
really
roll.
I'll be rolling and see where it goes.
No!
I make sure that my cloak is wide and everybody can see that I'm putting peace knots over my weapons as I walk into the tavern.
Yeah, that's fine.
Real quick, just to one-up him, I start juggling fire.
Oh my god!
Fuck you.
I take pause for a second and
You
then
see,
take
God,
a
this
seat
is why
away
they're
from
not
him.
right here.
The barkeep is like, "Hey, no spells!"
I like this barkeep. I'm going up to the bar.
I go outside, start juggling fire, put my hat down on the ground.
A guard
Stole
comes
my
out and
property!
says, "Hey, no fire!"
Stole my property!
I am busking. I am a small business owner.
And?
This
You
town is strangling
like
the
a
middle
hobo.
class. Yeah!
From the inside of the building, you hear me go,
This is racist. Don't like birds, I see. You will be hearing from my lawyer. First, I need to get a lawyer.
I'm lawful, what's up? I'm lawful, what's up?
Well, I'm definitely taking
Hey,
in
I'm
the
here.
situation as it unfolds around.
God's on my side!
It's like a Benny Hill episode
Right.
right here.
I go to the bartender and ask, "Is this commonplace around here?" Or-
No, they just arrived.
Why? I
Them and
take
about
definite
300
interest because this is more entertaining than what I've been dealing with the past couple of weeks on the road by myself.
Them and about 300 other people came on a trade ship that they apparently just found themselves
No,
on.
we traded.
How are you, like, here and there?
What?
He's really a trickster all
I said no
along.
spells!
I go to the bar and like.
I said no salt!
Long story short is
Oh, orcs make beautiful lovers.
Orcs! What is up, dude?
I go to the bartender and like. Long story short is we were on an
God's on
island
my
that
side.
was.
I can't help you.
Have the power of God.
Well,
and
it was stuck in-
on your side.
It was It had people in the past to protect them. I don't. Wizards, magic.
You weren't part of this conversation. You are the conversation.
I know.
But you're not part of it.
So get the fuck back!
Pick me
I
up.
have a customer
Pick me
here
up, Mom.
who's not just a rabble rouser.
Pick me up, God.
I hope. When he looks at you.
My coin spends just as well as the next person's.
Oh, you're gonna be troubled. What do you want?
My eyebrow twitches for a second. I again assess the room, making sure there's no invisible creatures or other weird shapes or shades taking form behind my visage. And then I order the cheapest drink that I've got, probably grog or some type of like pale watery wine.
It's just mud.
Mud, alcoholic mud.
Do you see why I don't go to bars?
I make sure to rub my gums with it when I'm done.
The
God.
cheapest thing we have is the leftover walnuts from the latest brew.
And
When
as
in
for the
Rome.
They're
cheap,
alcoholic.
I didn't ask for the cheapest thing you had. I asked for the cheapest drink.
That's it.
I do ask if
What's in the walnut?
I do ask if there is any food left over from dinner because I assume it's late.
Yeah, they still might.
Okay, fantastic. I'll throw a couple coppers his way for his trouble.
Yeah.
I then turn my back to him and again assess the situation, trying to, attempt to figure out where I can interject or provide some entertainment or merriment.
I mean, this guy just kind of inserted himself into your conversation with the barkeep, so he's standing right next to
PT
each other.
posts to assert
He's the
his
guy
dominance.
with the scarred hands.
Right.
One scarred hand.
So there's an obvious story behind this scarred
win.
hand that I
Actually,
see
it's
here.
healed, but
No, it's still scarred. It's because before it healed to the hilt, and then you had to have that
Have a cookie
removed.
from my stand.
Oh wow, that's an interesting story.
yeah.
So he's
I
got no feeling
absentmindedly
in the
fidget
hands.
with my tarot deck like I do. They're not card tricks, but I'm just shuffling with one hand.
Oh, aren't you fat?
I'm playing a lute.
Fancy, super fancy.
I'm playing the blues on my lute because my
ball.
my balls
My
disappeared.
ball!
My
My ball!
I go to the barkeep like,
my balls disappeared.
how much is the nail?
I don't know where they
How
went.
much is the picture veil?
God.
Someone please, some get me some new balls.
2 silver.
I give him 5 silver.
You could say his act had a vasectomy.
I'm gonna get 2
not funny,
pictures
it's
of
very sad.
2 pictures. I'm gonna 2 pictures of ale. And
Okay.
he can keep the extra silver.
Okay.
Was the only reason that God came to visit me was to check up on me, or is there more to it?
I mean,
You did disappear off the face of the earth for a minute there. He just kind of wanted
he
to
did
check
say
up.
the every verse, which is weird.
That is weird.
Magic.
And that was kind of his thing.
My neck,
So
my
that's
Stop.
my solar plexus, and my crack.
What the fuck ever?
So,
Yay, I'm still up.
so
So,
are you looking? I mean,
looking to start a fight?
Can I just hide in
I'm
the
enjoying
corner,
my
please?
first home cooked meal in several days, so
I hide in the
it
corner
is
and create
precisely
mushrooms.
okay.
better than
Never mind.
And that is with the I haven't eaten anything good in days. That's still with it. It's still precisely okay.
It's better than gruel from Faye, right?
It's, it's like a hockey puck Salisbury steak.
10 insight.
Edible, not enjoyable.
I do a 10 insight on him. Can I tell he's like eating that? Like
He's eating it.
Like
You do see a genuine smile on my face and slightly wet at the corner of my eyes.
Wow.
have you not eaten
Oh my
in
god,
a while?
wow. We got to him, guys.
I reached in my side satchel where I've been rationing like the last of my road rations for the past couple of days. They're about a month stale. And I produce it at the bar and like push it towards you. I was like, I've been sustaining myself off this. Again, tear.
Like this if you
What's
cry
wrong?
every
Scene.
time.
Pulls out
Oh.
the last stick of beef jerky.
What?
Yes.
I will have 1 cup of
you
your child.
You crack it and just.
Dust.
I snap into that Slim Jim.
We have Slim Jims on the job.
Not the best, most
I mean, it's
appealing
not
food.
Never squeeze.
What's
a
the
Slim
orc
Jim.
say?
Why not?
I will
Bad
have
things
1
happen
cup
to
of your
good
child's
people.
beer.
Yeah, the fluid that is produced is not desirable.
Not just
I
the
look at your,
fluid,
do you have any
but
drinks
the
or?
stuffing.
And
I,
the children
I
too.
again produce like a very small like sheep's bladder flask.
I bet you could light a Slim Jim. on
And
fire.
You
I
probably
mean it's a sour smelling like pond water, like that has been boiled.
You could
thankfully.
probably make it into a fucking Roman candle.
I have 2 pitchers here of ale. You want some?
I have to.
I smile brightly and genuinely take you up on your offer. That sounds divine. Of course, now I'm
I
going.
see you have a shit ton of cheese in your bag.
Oh yeah.
Offer the boy some cheese.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
After this, I'm feeling a big wheel of cheese.
Like
My
full
eyes go
wheel.
extremely wide, as if like a magician's show. You've produced the cheese rabbit, and I am wanting.
You want the whole thing or this?
Is that a you?
I take what I
Stop!
deem necessary. I don't want to overdo it or overstay my welcome.
Okay. Let's put it.
Listen,
What
you're
What
the first
is
new person
necessary
we've
in
seen
a
in like
wheel of
month and a
cheese?
half. We are chomping at the bit for
The
somebody.
bartender-
I am not. I'm staying steer clear.
I raise a glass
bartender's
to you, and it's
fantastic.
like to everybody's health. Then
I'm awkward as fuck.
shit, shit.
I knocked everyone. I just ruined everything.
It's fine.
All I do is destroy.
It's fine.
I'm a mess guy.
The bartender probably hates me. Like, I pulled out a giant wheel of cheese somehow.
I said no
Wait,
magic.
it's all of you.
I said no magic.
It's a bag of holding.
Yeah, dude.
It's magic.
It's magic.
Oh, ho,
No,
ho.
no spells.
You know.
Magic items are fine as long as they don't burn down the goddamn place.
What if it freezes over?
Pulls out a torch from inside the bag of
I didn't even know I had a torch in there.
I put it right back and go to bed.
Was it a lit torch?
Yes.
No!
Just the
It's lit.
Skyrim logic.
No, I was super lit.
I put it out. No, none of that. I don't want melted cheese.
Put it out
On my
like
back.
Shrek with your fucking
Yes,
your
with his
fucking-
burnt
your
hand.
burnt
Like-
ass hand is like
Should you be doing? I don't care.
I don't
I
feel
don't
it.
feel it.
it doesn't hurt anymore.
What more can be burned? What's there is basically just skin armor.
So yeah, as we drink, you notice me looking at my hand a bit, trying to.
Yeah, he
Physical therapy.
fumbles getting the thing because he cannot feel any.
And it's on a sword arm, right? Wow.
We can't let him close his fist. He's like Thanos.
Don't let him snap.
I don't even know what happens in it.
No.
So
Oh no! I just thought it was Taste of Rainbow.
they seem to be like swarming around you with jokes and
Skills on my
nonsense
vagina.
and shenaniganry.
I'm honestly eating it up. This is like the first positive like environment I've been in several weeks, especially all the crap I've been through the past months.
Oh, this is positive.
Do you want
for
to?
you.
Yeah, this is totally positive for me.
Wow.
For me, it was Tuesday.
Tell us about your adventures, friend.
Well, I pull up my sleeves on either side. You notice numerous lacerations, not self-inflicted, all over my forearms,
Oh my.
and some creeping up around my neck and stuff like that.
Stop it! Right now!
I couldn't resist.
No!
I revealed my name. My name is Vedic. I am what we call a connoisseur of lost and dark mysteries and knowledge.
All right.
Wow, you fit nice in this group.
I started my life being born a bastard son to poor farmers. Turns out that half my heritage was that of a raiding party that came to the surface and raped my would-be mother.
Oh.
I was sold into slavery because of said bastard heritage and spent the first 20 years of my life doing dark and nasty deeds for the Red Wizards of Thay. They then found out about my bastard heritage and devised a binding spell for a deep devil that they wanted to basically take hold of. I had no idea what was going on. I was heavily drugged most of the time, hallucinating heavily. But something happened with one of the ward spells, and the devil was able to break free and lay waste to my masters. I was in the ensuing chaos. I was able to escape, not without witnessing certain deep, dark things that shall forever haunt and scar my soul. I also stole away with several ancient tomes, which I haven't yet been able to decipher yet, but I'm learning slowly. I've been basically living off the streets on and off through the Dales, made my way west to Waterdeep, didn't get that far. Ran into you guys.
All right.
What a lovely story.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that what we
Interesting.
call it? I don't know.
He's
if
here,
Absolutely
isn't
not.
he? It is
No,
a
yeah.
lovely thing.
Listen, it had a happy
It's-
ending.
I ran
Exactly.
into you guys.
Well, we don't know how
No.
happy the ending is. Yeah.
To quote
We'll see.
Fable 2, and here's where your story begins.
Yeah.
But I'll go first. My name is Bobbert.
Hello, Bobbert.
Don't you forget?
No, I just he went into like the serious like dark backstory. Well, my name is Bobbert.
I am a homeless bird.
King.
Bird.
He refers to himself as Bird.
I you know what? I should have written down my backstory because like I had a backstory all thought up for this.
What
boy,
happened,
and
huh?
then I just fucking have forgotten it since I've made him. But basically, I just sort of have been wandering the earth, sort of picking up the common tongue as I go along, and this is the longest sustained relationship with sentient beings that I've been in.
Okay.
So yeah.
They're always
You have
the
very
best.
interesting plumage. I congratulate you on it.
Thank you.
Who's next?
Next.
I
I'm
would
not a
offer, but I
player.
don't know.
That time was not me.
I'll do it me. I'm Anton Buckman. I'm the human. I was the token human, as they called me.
Oh, I don't have a backstory.
The only sense of decency and normalcy in the group? Question mark.
Yeah.
I mean, that's both true here and in game.
In all honesty,
Fair.
I'm the one trying to keep the party together.
Understood.
Are you?
I will do my best to help you.
How hard are you trying at that?
My backstory is
He's doing
military
his
family, brother,
It's all right,
general,
fucking
and I was discharged. There's a lot to go through, but
Understood. Military is a difficult life to lead, I'm sure.
like trying to keep these guys in line, I'm probably being any general would be like, oh my god.
Simon's name is Brett, man.
Well, my name is Kriv Kimbertool. I am a dragonborn bard, as you can see.
Yes. Majestic.
Yes. I am a showman. I live for the stage
The greatest showman.
and the performance. I just love
I
performing.
make one.
And also
joke,
kicking ass
and
when I can.
hate it.
Yes. Huzzah to that.
Jesus Christ.
The world is a stage.
The world.
I am merely one of the participants.
Yes. Indeed. And this strange creature over here?
What's your deal? Just make something up. It doesn't matter.
Well, you're apparently
It's not important.
trickster god.
Yeah, but Dad, that's a trickster god. No.
What's your name?
You're a
Raven.
demigod.
Oh yeah. I forgot about-
I have to put up with these folk.
These folk.
She has to heal her asses. Quite.
She doesn't.
Anger,
Hey,
I
she
see.
doesn't have to.
There's been times where you do stupid shit that I don't heal you. I
I
let
mean-
you learn from your mistakes.
Thus far, you've been the most effective spellcaster.
Yeah.
Hey. I summon
so
Tim
offended.
Curry like once an episode to spank a boy.
That's a thing.
Phantasmal force.
Rocky.
My phantasmal force is always like fucking Tim Curry Pennywise, just spanking them over his knee.
Oh my God. You see why I put up with them.
That's crazy.
Dude,
That's awesome.
now that I have
Or the
fe-
Tim Curry devil.
Sometimes it's the Tim Curry devil.
Dude, now that I have fear, we need to like team up. You
Yeah.
need to bring in Tim.
No!
And I'll bring
No!
whatever else. Double up on the fear factor.
It's gonna
Like
be
I
great.
said, this is what I put up with. I was once an alchemist.
An alchemist.
Stop.
Were you a Full Metal Alchemist?
I tried to bring someone back. It didn't work out.
And you
So
lost
here
your,
I am.
You lost your arm and your leg and your whole other brother.
Do you like dogs?
Do you like?
Stop!
Jesus fucking Christ!
Oh.
Stop! Stop!
Big brother Ed. Okay.
Now you did that. You have done that yourself.
You have become the very thing
I'm
you
traumatized, Drew!
Well, I appreciate everybody's story. Would anybody like their fortune told? It's the least I can offer you.
Please mine. Oh God, please mine.
How about the parties?
Tell me of
The
a future
party's
that does
fortune?
not involve these fools.
Yes, we've been through.
Now,
I'm
a
how do you
trickster,
want
but
to
I
play
feel
this
like-
out? I just draw the cards and then you make the story as off the cards I draw, or do you actually want me to read a fortune with it?
I don't really have
Fancy.
anything really planned right now for like future stuff. I've got the adventure they're going on, but that won't kick in until the next morning.
Cool.
So, do what you will.
If it's actually really close to
This is
the.
just party bonding.
Yes.
Well, I'm
So I need everybody to touch the cards and put their essence and energies into it. Essence and energies into it. Wunderbar.
Yes. Oh, lovely shipmanship.
Cut it.
Oh, I gotta.
Nah, he cuts it with his
I
knife.
guess.
Yes, it ruins the whole day.
No, yeah. He's just too fucking stupid.
I mean, he does have a claw
I
hand.
did exactly what you said.
Well, I didn't need that thing anyway.
Listen of the things that have happened to me. This ain't too bad.
So we have the future. We have the past. We have the present. We have our pros. We have our
Bless you.
cons.
Way to kill the vibes.
What? Hey.
Shh.
Okay.
The Gen Con.
Love, death, life,
I think for
and
death.
lust.
Woo.
This is all supposed to go.
That's an afternoon for me.
So, at the core of things, we have the tempter, the temptress, the trickster.
Yo.
For the
core.
future,
Yo.
we have the monk, the devoted to the trickster. The
We don't
tempter.
have a monk in this group, do we?
No, we didn't.
Yeah, but we do have
We
someone
used to.
devoted to trickstery.
I
And in
just
the
wondering
past,
about
there
monk.
is much torture, strife, and melancholy.
Hey, don't look at me.
sounds
I
familiar.
kill people.
This all
Look at
sounds
me.
familiar.
We have the horseman, which unverted means definite change, travel. And then, of course, working against us, we have the inverted hooded one. Which the hooded one could
I
be
don't have a
dark,
hood.
dark and evil, but it's inverted, which means
Yeah,
the
me neither,
opposite.
dude.
So
Ha!
Wow.
I have a lot of issues.
We know.
we have the inverted seer, so there's plenty of blindness and enveloping mists, maybe smells.
Identify
Our love
yourself.
interest, we have the misers, so our heart is definitely open because it's inverted. We have the inverted paladin, so there is
Everything's
corruption within the
inverted.
party somewhere.
I look at you.
Why him?
Why
He
me?
shot the marker ball.
Him.
Oh yeah.
The what?
And then, of course, we have the
There's
inverted raven,
itchy
which is
tattoo.
actually
that's right.
fortuitous
Bad
because it is opposite of murder.
Ha! Sprite.
It
Y'all
is-
know about that though.
What's up?
Oh.
I'm a cleric.
Huh?
What up?
But y'all know about that though. Like it's not like I'm trying to keep
Yo.
it a secret or nothing.
Yo.
No, yeah.
You told us.
There's just
I think.
it's just inherently
What up,
evil.
fam?
Awesome.
I'm good.
I feel spent as I am done talking to the spirits and they are done talking through me.
That sounds good.
Bartender's like, clean yourself up.
I thought.
See, I'm good. What up?
That's really
Apparently
creepy.
I'm not.
I am.
Sure.
I don't have to heal you.
You don't.
So, we have actually a job tomorrow at the.
Do we? Oh yeah, you've got a mission from God.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I don't.
So, it pays, right?
Well, they did my hand for free.
In a manner of speaking.
So
Yeah,
we're
so
going.
you did your
That's
hand.
his hand done.
I mean, we're going to be going to a place.
Son of a bitch.
We might. They want 3 items. I don't know about anything else though.
Okay.
So other than the 3 items, we could get loot possibly.
We
need-
might could.
Listen, there's
We'll
always
see.
loot.
Sounds great.
Even if
you
there's
need
no-
an extra, I'll be more than happy to tag along.
Even if there's no pay, we always find loot somewhere.
I can appreciate that.
including the nearby village.
Wait, the village is right for the taking?
Yes. As long as no one sees us.
Yes. I shall blend
I
into
will
the
have to-
all-concealing shadows.
We do have someone is coming from the church with us, though. So
Friar Tuck?
More and more of the cards reveal themselves to us.
Oh, he's the monk.
so
Odd that. So, you guys spend the rest of the night in the inn. It's been a long day. A lot happened. You guys spend the rest of the night. It goes by uneventful, and in the morning, once you guys start hearing the hustle and bustle of the city start up, you hear like a horse come by from the inn, well, come by to the inn and like dismount and come in, and it's a fairly armored man who walks in like adorned all in like Lythander, the like god of light and life and whatnot.
Would you say he's adornable?
Are you sponsoring him?
I'm awake. I'm guessing. Like, oh,
he wakes up and he's like looking for you.
He's looking for love in all the wrong places.
I mean,
I forget your character.
We literally just.
Anton, he's looking
Anton.
right.
That's the name.
The
Yeah,
human.
Chinga.
Anton Marvelton.
Actually, they haven't met the other guys, have they? So no.
So he's like, I'm looking for the one named Anton.
Yes,
God.
that is me.
That's me.
Stop.
Sure,
That's actually me.
I'm Spartacus!
I'm Spartacus!
You couldn't let me play for like 2 seconds.
Oh, Captain, my captain.
I mean, you can just jump person. I'm actually Anton.
No, his name is Anton.
You hold up your bad hands. That's me. That is.
No, he's got the fucking like symbol from Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I don't know how that goes.
Yeah, you just got like a spiral look.
Oh no!
Moroku?
Fucking Uzumaki shit going on here.
Oh, we're thinking.
Why can't I have that
Yes,
symbol?
You got like a skull with like a bracelet of blood.
I know when it's bad.
Is that
That's
the death
more-
mark
It was
from
done
Harry
by
Potter?
a bad tattoo
The death
artist.
mark from Harry Potter?
So,
In
Could
essence.
be. It's
so I look at the
basically
paladin.
that,
I'm
yeah.
guessing
So he's a
you're
Slytherin.
the
Pretty
escort,
much. Yeah. Oh, he's a Death Eater.
or
Yes.
No, we took the test on you.
I've
You're
come-
a Hufflepuff, right?
I've come to give
sounds
you
right.
this.
I just remember.
And it's
what I
like,
I think you were
like,
either a Hufflepuff
scroll.
or a Ravenclaw.
I'm
I-
Hufflepuff.
we'll be
Although my
leaving.
favorite act
We'll be
is
leaving
the
in 3
Ravenclaw.
days in order to go to White Plume Mountain.
What does that sound familiar? Here's your check.
Same.
19 plus
I'll do it too.
21.
21,
21.
21. Any other 21?
I guess
Oh,
it
wait,
doesn't
what?
matter.
Oh, we're rolling?
I just had 15 all told.
Was it?
Intelligence.
It's true.
He's
Well-
16.
19.
Alright.
I'm smart. Leave me be.
I'm smart.
No, you're not smart, but you are wise.
I'll take it.
So the two of you kind of vaguely recognize that name as it's what some people call one of the mountains up by like Neverwinter. There's
Love that game.
said to make
What game?
said to maybe be a dungeon in there, but no one's really like been able to confirm it.
So you're saying a
So-
dungeon that hasn't been found yet, but might be there.
Where I might have a
Very
dragon.
intrigued.
The unseen
Full
dungeon.
circle.
The paladin seems a little bit like squeamish at that. Is that yeah?
About that.
You okay, buddy?
I'm drinking at 7 a.m. It's fine.
See you, little.
God forgive me.
Listen, buddy,
The sun is up. Praise be.
Listen, buddy, I've met a lot of people who are fine, and you definitely fit that description.
So about this White Plume Mountain, dangerous?
Well, maybe do some homework. I'll be back in 3 days with a couple other people to come and help.
Okay.
Raid it, basically.
Okay. Meat shields. I got it.
Is there a place to go actually research this, like a historical
Scroll.
document area, like?
I believe he's trying to refer to a library.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always your local library.
Is this
Your
is
local
this place?
mid-continent.
Yeah. Damn, I don't have a card, and if
Are
I
we in
did,
the-
it has overdue charges.
I have a lot of scrolls that I owe 5 cents on.
And those 5 cents are per day.
Yes, there is interest.
I haven't lived in Waterdeep in a while.
I don't think have you ever been to one? I don't think our characters have.
Not besides in your backstory.
Yeah, I don't think any of you have.
I was
So-
trying to get there, but didn't get.
What's up?
Didn't get there. So.
I mean, you did.
Whether
get
or not
there.
we've been
We are here.
eventually.
You did get to.
Whether
You're
or not
at
we've been
Waterdeep.
to
We are at
Waterdeep.
Waterdeep.
We are
Yeah.
currently in one.
But I don't
okay.
know that.
I wonder if the
Decide
late
whether
fee
we've
policy
been here
accounts
before.
for disappearing for technically 1,000 years.
Probably. That's a really big
So-
charge.
I take the scroll and
So-
It's in one. It's in the back room.
so I look through. At
What's
the,
this really long? Oh, here. What the fuck?
Maybe 4.
Yeah. I was
So
about
is
to
there
say
actually a
like
receipt
four.
or?
I thought that
Definitely
was
below
just
the
part of the
middle.
building.
The only good perks are the people there.
It's the foundation.
My people and your fellow classmates.
So
Eventually
yeah,
we just
you
have
guys
to
have
say
been
fuck it
given
and
the
throw it
scroll.
out.
He goes back and heads back out to go and tend to whatever duty.
Okay, I open the scroll.
You said duty.
Shut the fuck up.
I
You
take
know
the
I'm
scroll
not
and hit him in
going
the head.
to.
I hit him in the head with the scroll. And I'll read it. What did the scroll read?
So the
Roll to see if you can read it.
Wow.
no, you can read human speech.
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Exactly.
You're giving me way too much credit right now.
Exactly.
You're too drunk.
It reads,
apparently.
"Search ye far or search ye near, you'll
Search
find
ye-
no trace of the three, unless you follow instructions clear. For the weapons abide with me. North past forest, farm, and furrow, you must go to the feathered mound. Then down away from the sun you'll burrow. Forget life, forget light, forget sound. To rescue wave, you must do battle with the
Yay.
beast in the boiling bubble.
Ooh.
Crossed cavern vast, where chain links rattle, lies whelm past waterspouts double.
Trouble, toil, and trouble, fire, burn, and cauldron bubble.
Black razor yet remains to be won underneath inverted ziggurats. That garnered, think not. Think not that you're done, for now you'll find you are caught. I care not, former owners brave, what heroes you seek to hire. Thou mighty, I'll make each one my slave, or send him to the fire.
Sounds pretty bad.
The sound of enslavement definitely bristles my whiskers.
I will print a thing out for you guys later.
Thank you.
It's nice of you.
That's very nice of you.
We love you and appreciate you very much.
Because that didn't sound great, but I definitely forgot like 60% of the words you just said. So did I.
We could go back on the stream.
That is also a possibility, I suppose.
Hi, Lone Wolf Rider. Bye, Wolf Rider.
We were
Just
actually
pop in
kind
and
of
say
being
hi.
polite and letting him talk. Shh. It was weird.
Anywho,
Stop it. Why the fuck
like
did you do that?
that sounds ominous.
Anonymous?
Onomatopoeia.
Sounds bad. It sounds bad.
Sounds real bad.
They do
Onomatopoeia.
sound bad. But you guys have 3 days to do whatever in the big town. The big
Sword
city.
it
I
up!
definitely want to spend most of my time like poring over scrolls, trying to find like cheat codes or like hidden. You know, what I'm
Almost
saying.
find the Matrix.
Right.
Do my old.
But no, I find anything in the lore or
Keanu Reeves.
like maybe, especially like blueprints or like whispers of like maybe hidden rooms or
Yeah.
any information that may be stored there that would help us out.
I do like the idea of doing some research.
Well, we'll figure what everybody is doing.
I have to go to the armory.
See if I can find
Yeah,
my
so
old
you got-
Animal Crossing.
Actually, I'll go to the armory and get our stuff. I'll get our stuff.
Sounds good.
So you're going to the armory to pick up everything. What are you three doing?
I'll join him in the researching.
I mean, we might as well devote quite a bit of manpower to researching. Can you carry all that shit by yourself?
He's a
Got a
strong.
bag of holding.
I guess he does. doesn't
And
he?
18 strength.
I was gonna say researching anyway because I want.
So everyone's researching, and I'm getting the shit.
I think
Okay.
it's best if we go research.
And also,
unless
I'm
he
not-
needs
I'm not
help
entirely
carrying
strong.
stuff.
I will totally brew the code.
Which
It's
would
fine.
not be you.
No, yeah, that would definitely not be me.
Yeah, neither of us are strong, so I don't think we would help.
I have a
What's your strength?
-2 strength.
I have
Oh
12.
yeah, you're 7 strength.
Oh yeah, you have 12
Okay.
too.
6
Yeah.
strength.
Voice. Yeah, my highest stat is charisma. I'm a charming, dapper mofo.
I'm a
I have a
dapper
three-way tie.
boy.
Which I think we have a lot of charisma.
I have a 3-way tie.
I'm
Hello.
okay, I'm dexterity, then charisma, and constitution.
Con,
Dexy,
Yeah, I'm a
motherfucker.
charisma, dexterity, intelligence.
Why am I the
con,
flip
wisdom,
wizard?
charisma.
I'm the
I'm not very
Because
smart.
flip wizards
strength
are good.
and
I get it.
constitution.
Again, I rolled a 19.
This is my highest stat.
Being a showman, so I guess it makes sense that I have the most charisma.
What's your charisma?
3.
No, it's 16.
It's a 16.
Oh,
Our,
Hey, Wiley?
our charismas
Yeah,
are
you.
the same.
Shut up.
Make me.
Okay.
I mean, to be fair,
Bitch.
both your things rely on charisma.
Ha.
So, Alex, since you're the only one going to the armory,
Oh, okay, that's. I'd rather.
so
do this
you you go down there and you go and
one.
see.
I'm an
what
idiot
was
at
her
this
name?
game.
It's okay.
Same.
Some tiefling and something.
I still get stuck in
Keep
second edition all the time.
Sometimes
Uriel,
I try to
that's
stay
right.
awake.
Yeah.
She
It just depends on what I do.
she's
that
got
day.
everything
Sorry.
like already all done.
Just-
Like you guys had armor, right? Or you had something else?
I got a. What did
I have me and myself and I.
I got a quarter staff.
Oh yeah, you got a
I
you
want
got a
a
pointy stick.
Yeah, I just wanted a stick, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
So she
mace.
Yeah, she got a mace.
Alrighty.
I don't know if I got anything else, but that's the
You
only
got
thing I wrote
some
down.
studded leather armor.
Yes, studded leather.
And what did you get, Alex?
I got my katana receipt.
Oh, and
but,
also spray mace.
Oh yeah.
But I might.
Yeah, she got mace and mace.
Macy's.
Ah!
Love that store. Hey.
Hey.
Actually, I might get something else. Actually,
What's
I
up?
just thought of that armor, but we can.
Aw, you play footsies under the table.
As I get the
wasn't
stuff
trying
and
to.
actually, the handle, I wanted it usually custom.
Oh yeah, you wanted a new hilt since there was still
Yeah.
flesh bits.
Yeah,
My hilt is sticky.
or was. So that it took it off.
There's entirely too much me on this hilt. I would like a new one, please.
It looks like somebody was frying bacon on my sword.
Oh,
It's man bacon.
so actually, I did some custom leather.
In the South, they call that long pig.
The leather I did was more reddish, dark red.
Yeah. she's got all that done and is working on like a couple other things. She's like, is there anything else that you need?
Well, for one, I want to put. I pulled this out of my bag. It's a little family medallion. I want to put it on my sword, the leather part, to make sure it's mine. It's that my.
You mean the pommel
The
or
pommel.
the guard? Because doing it on the hilt is going to make it hard to grab.
On the pommel. Sorry.
Okay.
My old. It originally had it, but I lost the hilt, obviously.
She's like, yeah, I can knock that out here real quick.
Okay.
Because that's not too hard of a thing. She just kind of adds the medallion to the pommel. So while she's doing that, you guys...
Actually, I was wanting to get, I should know. You do that, and I'll ask for armor.
Fine.
You're asking for something else after she just finished all her stuff?
Well, we're here 3 days. I'm wondering. I want to look at
Who's
armor.
paying for you?
Yeah, who...
I am. I'm the accountant.
Mm-hmm.
The most.
You're already in debt with the church, my dude.
Bitch, you ain't got my money.
Actually, I should.
I'm cuddled up in my blanket at the reading rainbow.
That was glorious.
With your synthesizer.
Yes. I do have a canonical blankie in my equipment.
It is your cloak. You also have a Glock.
What?
You also have a Glock.
It's a hand crossbow.
Oh.
I just wrote Glock on
Parallel.
character sheet. My whip just says kinky. I'm a doofus.
And his claw is eye nasty.
Yes.
Actually, never done it about the armor. I'll just do that. I'll do that another time.
You see how much of a mess
If we're
we
gonna
are.
be back
That's
here.
awesome, man.
So you all go to one of the like nearby temples.
You
Of,
galaxy braining over there? What's going on
what's
with you?
his name? Ogma?
You're like that guy from Mob
What,
Psycho
who?
with the tall hair.
No, it's Ahmed.
the
I thought we was gonna be a straight up
the
ass
god of
the entire
knowledge.
time, but
It's like
I like him now.
OGA.
Nice, pretty great.
Ogma.
Ugma.
I like that show quite a bit.
So you guys go to one of the temples here
At
in
least
town.
it's not gone.
They just dealt with Gaunt in the last one.
Yeah, they did.
Baldur's Gate.
Oh yeah, that was the chaos I
The
forgot
men
to
with the
mention.
big hats.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Didn't
yes.
one of us get
They're
a
like
hat?
pimps. They're like
Oh,
big
you guys-
medieval
no, that's
pimps.
Monday.
With
Oh,
clanky
Simon got a
hats,
big hat?
right?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, well he's dead now, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Okay, so we're
Oh.
in their like reliquary, I guess, right?
Yeah. So do you all split up and search for clues?
Yeah.
Come
I'm
on, gang.
totally going with the Scooby
Zoinks.
Snacks so I can see what's in within.
Jeepers.
Yeah.
Rolls.
So I need each of you to make a investigation check.
I'm not there, so.
Yeah, not you.
That 20.
No.
Oh.
It's pretty good, though.
18.
Mm-hmm.
What is wisdom
That's all I got.
17.
That's,
That'll be
actually,
18.
you have it.
Hey.
So 3. Plus 3. 20.
It is a matchbox 20.
What were we rolling?
Investigation.
Investigation.
Investigate.
We might proficient in that. I'm not. So that's a 17.
Okay.
What are the highest?
20.
20.
Max by 20.
Okay.
Who is the highest?
This is
I'm
bad.
not crazy, I'm
I think-
just a little.
What did you get?
We both got 18.
18.
So, you 3.
So Wiley, with your 20, you do actually find something.
Haha! Damn.
Because there's not much record of this. You do find what seems to be like a journal of a former adventurer.
Gentlemen, lady, I was accidentally smart.
That's a mood.
Congratulations!
Um,
Let me know what it feels like.
Please.
You
Transfer all of your power to me.
you like as you're like reading through it. They do mention the name of like White Plume Mountain, and like they're saying that they are heading towards it, and then like about a week later, it's written as like he's lost he's lost 7 out of the 10 people that went in with him, and one of them is like on death's door.
I mean, same.
Like he seems like he's trying to exclaim what all happened, but the writing is getting like more and more erratic.
Mm-hmm.
And you, like, as you're kind of like scanning through it and what sense he is making, it's almost like a death trap of a dungeon. Like
So
they
a
were
dungeon?
able to
Is there a
like
dragon?
find one of the
Well, there
weapons.
will be, now won't there?
But
Please, I want to make friends with it.
they were
Is
then
he
attacked.
nothing to you?
Am I a joke to you?
No.
They were attacked.
Yes.
I just like
Fair enough.
dragons. That's all.
This is like when you tweet out, I wish I could find a guy like you, and then you respond and you're literally that guy, and then you say,
I'm
not
literally
you!
the guy in the photo.
I mean, there's dragon blood in me.
In Burb person.
Yeah.
I am Dragon Burb.
You guys are taking my comment way too far. I feel attacked.
I'm basically dragon tea.
You see that they had found one of the weapons, Black Razor, and immediately like they were attacked and lost track of about four of their people, and with it the sword as well, and they were trying to escape, and a couple others had fallen to their death inside of some fiery pit.
So this...
Then there's like recounts of like his life afterwards, retired, and how he's still pretty fucked up in the head about it all.
Well, knowing that, I think we
does
can
have,
glean
like-
that it's pretty dangerous. I think that's a fair assumption.
Let's go.
Certainty of death, small chance of success. What are we waiting for?
Honestly.
With this group of idiots? Yes.
We need to watch all those movies again.
What movies?
What movies?
Lord of the Rings.
Yes!
Oh yeah, I still haven't seen it.
20 days later.
No, it's one day.
One day.
I heard that I can't pee at all during the trilogy.
You can pee
No.
during the trilogy. You can pee between movies.
What if you just put a bucket out?
That's also true.
Okay.
I mean, listen, you can piss off the
You
balcony.
never pause for the cause.
Do I have to pay $25 though?
I don't think so.
If someone sees you, you gotta pay like
Hey!
$20,000 and
You!
go to jail.
Stop pissing off the balcony!
Stop.
Is that your dick?
Put your cooch away.
This is a wobbly.
Put the
Put the
Gucci
coochie
in
in
the
the
bag.
bag.
But yeah, other than that, you guys find
My God.
like a couple murmurings and get a pretty good general idea of where it is.
Murmur.
It's up near like Mount Hotono in
Mount
the region of
Vesuvius.
Neverwinter, which you can find on just about any map.
Mount Ho no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
No. How?
How no.
Oh.
How do I do it?
Don't you dare.
How no.
How do I do it?
Sorry?
What?
Quoting a
What?
stupid Vine thing, never mind.
What
It
up?
was Vine.
It's just this cat vomiting up like a mouse, and it was still alive.
Ah.
Check
and it
yourself.
ran.
Do we need to hang out?
Hold on to it.
Sure we turn balls or something like that?
What?
Scurries away.
Eat the whole plate.
What do you have? A knife. No.
So,
So
so it sounds like this journal has some of the traps.
I thought
Top.
you just said genital.
Journal.
drink
Genital?
some coffee.
I already have some coffee.
Have
Drink
more
more.
cookie. Have
Um,
a Frenchie.
that's not gonna help. That's gonna kill him.
It's gonna put me in the fucking ground.
But cookies?
Why, what's wrong with them? What'd you do?
Oh, they're
No,
delightful.
they're just
it's just
bread,
gonna make me die.
Meat, cheese, and butter. You're gonna take a nap.
Forever.
Another.
It's the new heart attack in a sack.
I can dig it.
Don't look at me.
So hardened. Anywho,
So,
good find, I'm guessing.
yeah, that's about all that you guys can find about the place itself.
Okay.
Sounds like
Shall we
So-
research the peripherals? The Mount How now?
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Why do I find like that's actually the sound when you get there? Like, that's why it's called. Oh no.
The wind blowing
when
makes the sound.
when the wind blows just a certain way through the rock formations, it just goes, oh no. Oh no.
So,
Later we find out it was just some jackass.
some fucking yodeler up in the mountains.
How now? How now do I
God.
Um,
Matrix of God, take me back, please.
Who taught you how to yodel, good sir? Well, they should give you a refund.
Wow.
Wow.
How now?
Avalanche starts.
It was worth it!
So, as you guys are like wrapping up,
We were
like wrapping up your like research day, Wiley, your skull tattoo kind of starts itching a bit.
Hey, that's a mood. Hey,
Oh,
you
man.
know what? Hey,
Not this again.
I feel attacked. Thanks, Drew.
So, maybe you can do an. Oh, I'm not your character. Oh, a perception check.
Thanks for the reminder.
Well, I
Perception
suppose.
or investigation,
Whichever one.
is better for you.
Investigate
Let's do
your
investigation.
itching.
I have
Yes.
advantage on that.
I mean, you know that. Like,
Yes.
Doesn't matter.
Tell me a story about my herpes burns.
I mean, you could do you. You give yourself bar inspiration.
God damn, dude.
I don't even know.
I told you.
I mean, you have an 8.
You know, you prepare yourself.
Fuck it.
You hope
Bardic
and you pray,
inspiration.
but you just never read.
3 plus 8, that's 11. Does that do anything at all?
You get above a 10.
God.
Like looking around, you see there's a few other people like also seeming to do research, or just like some of the clerics like putting shit back up on shelves because nobody puts them where they're supposed to be.
Rude.
I'm looking at. Do I notice him fidgeting with whatever's going on? with him?
Yeah, make a perception.
I immediately grab a scroll and put it back on the
Yeah,
shelf.
very nice.
In the
So-
wrong place.
One of the older gentlemen just looked over.
I tried, okay. I don't
26.
remember where I got it.
I think you have.
Yeah.
You got a 20. You got a 26.
Wait.
It's not a secret.
So 26.
Well,
you
he's new.
Yeah, you notice like he's kind of like his hand kind of flexes, and he's like,
I've been.
and he
lost.
starts looking around,
Okay.
Flex.
Like how is he looking around?
like looking either like for somebody or like somebody specific.
to love.
My suspicious
for
nature
some-
kicks in almost immediately, and is it possible that I could investigate again using Arcana instead of investigation? Maybe see if it's a magical in
sure.
nature? Okay. I'm just going to try to switch tracks here.
Like your detect magic.
No, I was just going to go straight off my intelligence right here. 14 plus... So that's 17, 18, 21.
Alright. So with your like perception before as well as he's kind of looking around, you notice there's like a
God.
weird just like skull and like what looks like a bracelet,
Uh-huh.
but like a tattoo on his arm.
I didn't ask for this.
In like that's what you notice him like look down at and then start looking around. You start kind of looking at other people, and you notice what looks like one other person seems to be sort of like a either like a nobleman or like a merchant, like a higher merchant.
Somebody well-to-do other than me.
Yeah, like he's kind of just like walking around, and he kind of like perks up for a second, like at about the same time that he starts looking around.
Right. Okay.
Just kind of like perks up, looks for a second, then just continues on his way.
Interesting. I will definitely mark that individual in my memory. I will also go over to my new companion and like, what's with the thing there? Again, now that I'm closer, I'm actually like looking directly at it. Is it animated? Is it like?
No.
Does he believe it's talking to him? I've seen weirder things.
No, it just kind of like looks more irritated than it does. Well, like it looks a little bit irritated, like around the skull.
Its arms are crossed.
You haven't killed anybody. I'm very upset.
I lust for blood, Jeremy.
With
I'm telling the church.
I can only kill certain people. Do you not understand the context of the situation?
It doesn't really. It looks like, sort of like as if it was just like tattooed on. That kind of like irritate.
Yeah.
Like that.
Right.
A real life example.
Yeah. Like
Well,
it's just
this
kind
is-
of red around the skin, not really like corruption. Like, oh god, that looks bad. It just kind of looks like a bug bite
Okay.
that you just got.
It's not like Tony
Well,
Stark in the second act of Iron Man 2.
No, god. Oh.
Being an individual that notices peculiar things, like I'm trying to.
You do recognize it as the like sign of Baal.
Oh.
Yes, it's
Balls.
Since you
not
do,
ideal.
since you
Okay.
do go into,
Right.
since you do go into the like weird and arcane,
Yeah.
that's one of them.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I flinch at that. I flinch at that, but then
How worried should I be?
But I do point out the individual that I noticed like react almost the same way his character did.
With
Almost
more
the exact
composure.
Same. Yeah. Yeah.
Pulling on my sleeves.
So I don't know if that's an individual of interest that we need to follow, or what say you, companion?
I'm gonna have to make the decision. How much time do we have?
I mean, it's your tattoo.
We've done a lot of research.
Yeah, I've
We've-
got 9, so
Mhm.
and out of character.
Well,
So
I
that's
feel like
my
I
own
should know
story.
more about this thing, but it's all left my memory. I guess if everyone's done with the research and whatnot.
Yeah, you guys
Found
were
what we can
wrapping up
find.
anyways.
Okay.
Like you were putting them onto the cart.
No, yeah, it's time to play those boring missions from Assassin's Creed. Let's tail this boy.
Perhaps.
Yes.
If everyone's down with it,
I am.
suppose I am.
Alright, I need y'all to make a stealth.
Not there, so I.
Can somebody cast Pass Without a Trace? You've got that right, Wiley?
So that
She does.
What?
She has.
Sarah's
But
got Pass Without a Trace.
Oh yeah, I do.
Is that you?
Tricky guy.
Yeah, I don't have
You
it.
should cast that. Like right now.
Because Davey just knocked over a fucking
No, I
bookshelf.
rolled a 14, but it's gonna help.
I rolled an 18, but I get 19.
Alrighty.
But with the Pass Without a Trace, it's like a 28, 29.
Yeah, it's 10.
And then throw in my expertise for stealth.
It's a few.
Yeah, so I believe that's 17.
And then
You had Dex, right?
plus 10 since she's casting Pass Without Trace.
Ooh, okay.
So what did you get, Wiley?
You had Dex, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 12 plus 10, 22.
Alrighty.
21.
21. If you're over 20, you're good.
Yeah, I'm 27.
You're good.
29.
43.
She's got the Gucci in the bag.
That is my hit point maximum.
It's the magic number.
It's the magic school bus.
So you guys are able to blend into the shadows of the bookshelves and
I'm invisible, true.
and go and follow the like nobleman or like high merchant into what looks like just sort of like a
That's what popped into my head, but I was trying to think of a clever way to do it.
So, bro,
that'll be 1450.
that'll be 420.
There you go. You cannot get out. He cannot get out.
There he goes again.
He is going. He's in the wind.
Dust in the wind.
So you guys tail him into what looks like just kind of one of the little reading areas. What is dice and what is not? There we go. You guys follow him into one of the little reading areas of the temple, and he's like reading. He's reading what looks like a couple of like scrolls of parchment, and like as you get closer, Wiley, you like kind of feel your arm twitch, and he doesn't really respond in any way, like physically. He just kind of says, "If you're here to kill me, it's not a great idea to do in a temple." Because he's just keep on reading.
My intentions are. I can't say that. That's gonna be the most.
I'm just
suspicious
up
thing I
against the
could possibly
wall,
say.
like, how can he see me?
Let's just say we haven't decided what we're doing with you yet.
That is not my intent. I can assure you of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've heard that one before.
From who? Curious.
Like, he doesn't seem to be talking in any direction.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think he sees you, but he can, like, feel your presence.
Right.
I mean,
Well.
I mean, he can kind of tell about where you are since you're talking now.
Well, shit.
Looks like you fucked that up.
He already knew I was here anyway. What was the point?
it's fine.
What, should I just stay
He
silent?
doesn't know where, exactly where.
No, that's
I
what
mean,
I'm
if you
doing.
have
He might have been bluffing.
Oh, sure. I've heard that one before.
This is the type of man that's always sitting in any location by himself. Every once in a while, just like, if you're here to kill me.
And this is the one time. Oh shit! You.
Oh my God! There's actually somebody in.
Finally, I was right.
8,793. Mark the day.
They called me crazy.
They said I was talking to myself.
So are you guys gonna... Or you just want to
What
talk?
do you do? He's...
I'm standing there silently.
Yeah.
Waiting.
Oh, yeah. As far as he knows, there's only one of us.
Right.
You say in a different voice.
No, I say.
True voice actor.
I say in his voice. Because I do have mimicry.
Yes,
I
you
am,
do have that.
I'm in a position where I have no idea what the fuck to do.
What were you planning to do?
Wow, what was
Bloodlust.
No, this wasn't my idea.
Bloodlust check.
No, not right now.
Oh. Because it would be bad if all of a sudden, because all of a sudden Bloodlust. Oh.
I was just going along with everyone else. I have no idea what the plan was.
Sorry, officer. I couldn't control myself.
You fucking sheep.
Hello?
Are you looking at me like I'm supposed to know what to say? Because I don't anymore.
You know what's a great power play now? Leave.
Fucking life is strange.
Yeah, just fucking.
Walk up, slam hand down on table.
And then.
When that happened?
It was last Monday. They were doing a part in the cafe, and the dude, whenever you walk up and put your, slam your hand down on the table, he's just like, the fuck do you want?
And you
then
can just go.
there's an option that you can just leave.
Wow.
What can I do to prove that my intentions are good?
Purely academic.
Academia.
Y'all mind if I just whip this out, dude?
Academia.
You want a bad dragon?
I mean, first you can
It'll be
stop.
Okay,
fine.
with that, I leave.
You want to meet Prince Albert and the twins? He's a crowning achievement.
Someone took my 2 other balls, but I still got some left over.
He's like, the first you can do is stop hiding.
Fair enough.
Like an assassin.
I'm
We
not-
get those around here.
I dropped the dime. I don't know where it is. I've lost my 3rd ball!
You monster.
Where the fuck did it go? It
Oh,
disappeared
wait.
into the ether.
It's mine now.
It's yours. You can have it. I don't give a shit.
Never to be seen again.
If
It was under his ass.
I can't
though.
have 3, I might as well not have any.
Yeah, just stick with the 2 you have on your person.
Alright. Step 1. Accomplished. Check.
So you just, do you just kind of reappear, step out of the
Yeah, you
bookshelf
step out of the
camo
shadows
that you
and
had?
you say, "Hello, Clarice."
Fava bean time.
Hello.
Oh,
Marcus.
Nice Chianti. That movie's fucking incredible.
Forever cringe for show.
Is his name Marcus? It's the only reason I said that.
It is not Marcus.
Marcus the Magus.
I thought, one of these days it's
No,
bound
it's
to be a
Marcus
Marcus.
I know, right?
He's
And it's going to sound really
just
cool.
please let him just always. If you're here to kill him.
Let me blink.
You blink and oh god, your eyes just feel so good after that.
Oh my
no one
god, this
has
was
said they were blinking the whole time.
Does this mean I gotta use the bathroom now?
Hold on, wait.
I've been carrying this.
Revive. There you go.
Yeah.
Revive.
So,
Dun, 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 dun.
He revivified his
Steven.
bladder.
And
Good sir.
he looks over and is taken back for a second by a dragonborn being stealthy. That's weird. And also
B, the fact that you
bright,
actually
colorful
did
clothing that you're wearing from being a bard.
yes.
He's kind
What?
of surprised he didn't see you.
A strange entity I am aware.
He's shaming you.
So he's
Don't judge. He's
he's
part of
kind
the
of like
act.
he kind of like shakes his head in surprise. All right,
My
that's a new one.
senses are dulling, I guess.
That's a new one. So you're one of them too.
I suppose so.
And he kind of like
Just so happens.
like he also kind of like flashes his wrist. He's got the same.
You shouldn't flash someone you just met.
Yeah.
I thought you
Give
had.
it like 3 days tops. Why do you take things I say seriously?
I didn't. I just thought it was funny.
This is like a out of character. This is like a bloodlust thing, right? Like the more I kill, the more this thing is like satisfied or something.
Ooh, gimme!
It's
Please!
I wish I could.
it's
He
more
cuts
like
off his fucking.
your
It's already happening!
like your lineage goes back to
Modern
goes
times.
back to like Baal,
Mhm.
the actual like god of murder. Whenever he
I got a certain
went
Tuesday.
and fucked an
At
entire
midnight.
village to
Mhm.
maybe one day come back to life when there was only one baby with his blood left.
What did I do to deserve
Um,
this? I feel attacked right now.
And so like you have some of like his blood in you just from like being passed down
Right.
after generations.
Okay.
So it's really a more of a bloodlust thing in Baldur's Gate itself, since there's much more of a concentration
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
of people there, and so it kind of like kind of amplifies everything more.
We should be worried about
Mhm.
ourselves.
Probably.
Way outside of town, it has like hardly been a thing, and only in like close proximity has it like actually done anything
Okay.
with like another person of a ball spawn.
Right.
It's not really hip out here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so he's like, so you left the homeland as well?
It appears as though I have.
Is anybody else as lost as I?
I'm not there,
Uh,
so.
He's like, oh, good. Because we can be more civil here.
Absolutely. I would like nothing more.
My name is Alexander.
The great,
My second guess.
the great, the long lost
I am-
enemy of some streams.
Oh, yeah.
Why-
That's right. That was like 3 years ago, dude.
Could your name be
Alexander the Great
Gary?
kept fucking up my civilization game
What?
every time he appeared.
Alexander Garrett. It's
Gary
not good.
to his friends.
If it makes,
Yes.
if it makes you feel any better. That's in canon.
Someone step on a duck.
Can we say that happens in the canon?
Oddly enough, in canon, that came from my mouth.
Just open up wide.
I'm sorry, I want to apologize. I'm not even confident as to what end that came out of.
Aruga.
I'm the little kid in the seat.
And he continues. I am one of the head tailors here in Waterdeep.
The machine.
That's
Nice to meet you,
I'm
Alexander.
part of the Tailors Guild.
Part of the machine. The sewing machine.
Yeah, this is what we. This happens.
They call me Needle.
James Needle.
The
All of a
sea
sudden,
needle.
freaking flashbacks to Waterboy.
Oh god.
Oh, sorry.
He's like, I was born and raised in Baldur's Gate, but luckily my father before me was also a tailor, and we traveled the countryside. I did not figure out what exactly this meant until much later on in life.
I see. I was marked somewhat recently.
I'm just soaking.
Does
all
the-
this in.
Does the
You're like slowly getting closer and
It's like I'm like
closer to
Kilroying around the corner.
Does
just
the
nose
mark,
around.
does the mark come with puberty?
Yes, he's the next man.
I've always wanted to be an X-Men.
Hello, Arky.
I always wanted to be a man.
Oh, hello.
With the next.
What is it? Recently? Oh, do tell.
Well,
I don't know how much I'm allowed
It
to
all
tell.
started when I was born.
It all started when I was
at
born.
age 6, I was born without a face.
Excuse me?
Are you Bill No Face?
Wait.
At
At age 6,
Yes.
You
you were born
Yes.
without a face.
Yes. There was like 12 absurdities in that sentence. No, it's not true. It's not true.
Absurdities.
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 Please stop making fun of my
Oddities.
speech when I'm trying to have a conversation.
How many of you are there?
I guess the jig is up. Out you come.
No one comes out.
I was gonna say I'm super hesitant.
No one's
did-
coming out right now.
It is Pride Month.
It is Pride Month, but no one's coming out right now.
This is my imaginary friend, Barker.
I let go of tumbleweed.
Anyways, Barker and I here.
Nice effect.
Anyways, Barker and I, we were, as far as I can tell, we were in a cave of some sort, and we blew up a rock, and next thing I know, I have this. I think that's what happened. Is that right?
Yes.
We were in a
Actually,
cave.
yeah.
Blew up a big rock,
Something like that happened, yeah.
and then like
It's been
later on,
so long.
Trauma affects the memory.
and then sometime later, I found out that I had this marking in my wrist.
York.
York.
Yeah,
Bork, bork,
you were
Oh,
you were in like a cave with goblins attacking,
That's
and you went to go and like there was something weird about
Why?
one of the
Yeah, it was a
rock
weird
faces,
rock.
and so like
Did you
had
get
touched
pictures
it
at
and just,
least?
like, it
Pictures are
immediately
otherwise
cut
we don't
you.
believe you.
And then like from your blood, it made the tattoo.
Oh
Okay.
God.
Okay.
Pictures or it didn't happen.
Hold on.
Pictures or it didn't happen. Like.
My first question would be like, how was he?
When I regained consciousness, he'd already torn my pants and was tearing through my underwear. I stabbed him in the shoulder with my hunting knife, and that made him run away.
Is that what Goblin Slayer's about?
Is that what fanfiction
Colorado
is like?
hunter claimed he was sexually assaulted by Sasquatch. Next on In Search of.
Pictures or it didn't happen. Next.
He had other issues.
No, I need
Gee, if
pictures.
that was his foot, I can't even imagine what he was really assaulted by. Alright, I'm done.
Waka waka.
Hey.
So is his interrogation more or less done? Or?
Yeah, for the most part.
Why?
He's like, interesting. Never heard of such cave or weird, like solidified blood rock or whatever you're talking about.
Yes, very strange indeed.
See,
He's
I
like,
am a
"Here's my
Dungeons and
card."
Dragons protagonist. Weird things happen to me
He's like,
specifically.
Here's my card if you ever have any questions about the trade.
Yes. Thank you. And just to return the favor, I'm a bard. I do parties, and weddings.
Here's my card.
Why do I feel like it's just cardboard? Like,
No, it's a playing card.
oh yeah, jokester.
Just trying to lighten the mood is all. But seriously, I do parties.
Somewhere there is an audible
Do-do.
book.
I come around like, sorry guys, my armor.
Anyway.
What?
No, it sounded
was
like
the
like
noise.
drums. Like, oh, sorry. Must have.
I understand that What's the badump?
He fell.
So you guys
Actually makes sense though.
It does. Totally.
And just open my beak.
So you guys head out of the library.
Stitch.
Come along, Barker. I guess you exist now.
York.
Come with me.
York.
And like as he's looking, he sees like the shadows shift as you guys like all leave.
He wasn't joking.
I wasn't joking, man.
20 minutes later, if you've come here to kill
God.
Anyone? Damn it.
it's never gonna happen again.
And even if it did, it would never be as cool as the first time.
Deborah always said I was crazy.
Did this actually happen?
No. You hear? No.
You know,
Still there.
Ball, what are you doing to me? We have to stop meeting like this.
So you guys all reconvene at the inn that you're staying in. Were you getting anything else at the armory?
Nah, I'll do
No.
it next time.
Alrighty, since you're in serious debt.
I'll worry about it.
To God himself.
I mean, well, there's a way we can get out of debt easily, but we don't know. We'll worry about that later.
There's a good way to get out of debt. Run!
To the hills.
Well, I was talking
Your
about
life.
the statue, but
The statue of limitation.
The bust.
the bus that
Would you
is a
say
problem.
it's busty?
Yes,
It's
it's a busty beard.
yeah. You haven't heard about this bust that they're talking about, Spencer.
Bring it on.
He's like, well, we got this bust, and everyone's just like, shut. Shut your whore mouth.
I don't think they
Shut
remember.
your whore- No, I know.
I paused for a second,
And that
debating
is
on
some
whether or not I
hot
want an
merch.
explanation. I'm like, oh, I'll save this for a rainy day.
You might want to
It's
know, but
cloudy.
we're not doing it out here.
I mean,
That is a hot item.
Yeah, it is.
In Topeka.
So you guys are back at the inn, and
Back at the barn.
nothing really, nothing really interesting happens that night.
Story of my life.
Rip. One Direction. Move on.
You guys wake up the next morning. Is there anything you guys want to do, or just kind of time skip along?
That
Yeah.
was an interesting detour.
I'm gonna try to train with my other hand. After you
Gonna
just
Jamie Lannister it.
well, just in case. He goes, I can't feel this hand.
I can't.
I
feel
got
the
blisters on
murder.
my fingers.
I can't feel this hand. I accidentally slapped myself in the face.
No, you can feel your face being
No,
slapped.
but-
It's just a weird feeling because it's not your hand.
And
It
also-
feels like.
He
The
can feel
strength-
his
It's like
face
you're being
while
slapped
he's
with
with
beef
you.
jerky.
I'm glad you ignored my pun.
What?
What? No.
Who?
I
Yep.
know what you did. You just don't care about my opinion.
Let's not light that up. Nah. So the days pass as you guys futz around in town, and
Fire!
the Pally Bro comes back.
Play a little jingle on my lute to get my mind off this.
He comes back. He comes back in the morning with a few horses for you guys. I was like, "Are you all prepared? We've got a long ride up to Neverwinter."
Ah, yes, that's where we were going.
Yeah, yeah. Did you forget? You were supposed to be doing homework.
It's been
We
like
did.
3 days.
Since you
All
looked at
right,
me.
there's plenty of time.
I
fine.
I
It's
make,
fine.
I
It's
make a
fine.
special note to
Drinking
grab
early,
an extra
actually?
set of
I'm
already
furs
out.
and then
Make a song for
a
David.
medium-sized tin of lard.
I'll make a song
Yeah.
for David.
Not for cooking.
Hit it, Bruce.
Not for that either.
I'm just gonna bring a tub of Crisco.
Greased up deaf guy.
Never know if you're gonna have to go up against ice and death.
Makeup.
Oh.
Or have to push somebody through a very small doorway.
I didn't want to bring that
Small.
up, but hey, if we're gonna talk in innuendos, like I guess we could stick with that.
No,
Walk,
I'm
walk
meaning the literal.
Hey.
There
I'll stop calling you. God.
be dwarves here.
Don't do that.
Just a Conan fist.
Oh god.
No.
Oh.
Yes, though.
Just to the wrist.
What part was that?
Nothing.
So
Okay.
we're riding horses
Okay.
now, right?
Ooh, what is best in life? Well, piglets to crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of their women.
Did it here.
There's a D&D version of that, and I loved it.
So you guys
Yes?
make your way out of Waterdeep and
Can I
start heading towards
Neverwinter.
Oh, by the way, we're gonna tell them about the
We're singing that as we
diary
go.
we found.
Wow.
I'm playing
The
it. I'm
diary?
playing the riffs on my lute.
It actually says where the thing is.
Yeah. The Paladin also brought with him 2 buds of his.
Bye, Arky.
Oh, goodbye. So,
This happens often.
Pretty much everything you've heard tonight happened.
Lute solo.
you guys are traveling along. And-
Singing a song.
Yeah.
Little tab
Side
on
by
tail.
Why not?
side.
Everyone's a little bardically inspired, please. Just a little.
Just a little bit of
A
inspiration.
little bit of inspiration. It's all I need.
Please tell me I inspired somebody.
I need validation.
One of the moot paladins is like, yeah.
I respect you, good sir. Your contribution has been noted.
Was I a good bard? No. I hear you were the best.
Oh.
You're the best bard I ever heard. You're the only bard I ever heard.
Oh,
But you have heard.
I'll take what I can get. Thank you. I'm so desperate for
With an
validation.
act like that, I sure hope so. I've been watching a lot of Muppets.
Shut up. Statler and or Wahlberg.
They are my spirit animals.
Yes, dude, yes.
As you guys are going along, just off to the side of the road, you see what looks to be like a crashed wagon.
Oh, dear.
No sign of horse or people anywhere near it.
Maybe there's loot.
The father
Oh,
looks,
that's a horrible
the father looks
investigation.
over. He's like,
Oh my god.
maybe somebody needs help first.
Oh, not me.
6, 9.
Sure, you can
10.
do that.
I'll check.
10 on my investigation check. please.
I've got
You
a
can
19.
do that
I
part.
need a
I'm a
cookie and
homeless
depression.
man.
I fail. Like, what? I didn't even know what you...
Who rolled good?
A 19.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
about to say.
I got 3.
Hey,
I got
fuck,
two.
fuck you.
I got 2. I didn't even notice what you guys were talking about.
I
What?
got a rock.
What?
I got a cup.
So
I got a rock.
Don't look at me.
a rock.
Hold
Uh,
Can we say I'm just
got
enough
rock.
bardically inspired to make it a natural 20? A matchbox 20?
no, it's
No.
fine.
Alright.
It's fine.
Okay.
19.
19 will do you.
Cool.
It
Dab
looks.
will do ya.
It looks like as you get as you get closer, it doesn't look like
What?
there were no like arrows shot into the cart, but you do see a lot of like little scratches all
So,
on the side of it.
so it wasn't like the boat where.
Another reference.
Oh,
But you do
we
see
have to explain that for our new friend.
Yes.
yes, you must know of the tragedy of Baldur's Gate Harbor.
And the ass arrow.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Alex!
So, did someone heal, or
So-
did
What? Wait, what?
So-
What happened?
We had an orc
we're talking about the
friend.
ass arrow?
There was an orc friend. He got an arrow in his butt, much like Shrek. Sarah healed him
With a nat 20.
with, yeah.
It was a nat 20.
I guess that was why it happened. And she apparently healed him so good that the wound closed around the arrow with such ferocity that it pushed it out with such force that it hits a ship in the harbor and it immediately capsizes.
What?
This is not scientifically accurate.
But it is fucking funny
But
as
it was
shit.
very...
How we,
And then they
But yeah,
decided.
So it's wise to be friends with me.
And then they decided
I'll make your
divinely
fantasy
this
reality.
arrow
Or at
is,
least not be downwind of you.
that this arrow continues
Yeah, this arrow
to
is just bouncing
capsize.
around the
Wait,
whole
so it
world.
capsized more than one?
Oh, yeah.
It's an epidemic now.
it apparently
And
is,
as soon as we pulled into harbor after our last adventure, the arrow comes back and hits our ship.
which, keep in mind,
I will
we
make your
probably
fantasies reality if you become my friend.
Is it because you're Mary Poppins now?
Please!
I mean,
Yeah.
Trickster God.
Sure, sure.
So,
What up?
the fact is, Trickster God healed it. Like, just do that.
I am God now.
I'm flabbergasted. That's,
Deck for a poop deck.
It's an epidemic now in the world.
I need another
There's
drink
just
after
there's
that.
just
Give me 21
lone
bucks.
random.
I'll
Do you mind if I
jump.
get another?
Yeah, you're fine.
There's
It's
just
in the drawer at the
We got
bottom of
plenty.
the refrigerator.
there's just a lone random arrow flying around.
All on the coastline.
I feel like that by now there's like legend being written about this era
For sure.
in our world.
If not,
Hey
we
God,
have a
this is what
bard.
I've been up to. What up, fam?
I mean, yeah, listen, she did do that. No, she did do that.
I have created chaos as you command. Are you happy?
Well, you didn't hear
I'm
it
gonna
from
do
us.
an ground investigation. No, I'm not gonna get off the horse and actually like
Yeah.
move around.
Get off your high horse.
Yep, that's me.
You're probably wondering how I got myself in this situation.
Let's call it 15.
Alrighty. Now that you're like closer to the ground, you can see lots
The
of
arrow.
little feet.
Lots of little feet.
Little feet, yeah. Looks like possibly either kobolds or goblins.
Tri feet or flat feet.
There's what seemed to be either a lot of them or they covered all the ground.
Freaking sand people.
God damn it, Ben. Can't
But
just
small,
go around
nonetheless
calling
small.
people sand.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
relay this
So
information to the
you
party.
can tell their heel is about yay big. The toes, nah. Like
Okay.
you see one with maybe 3 toes, maybe 4 toes, maybe just a
Maybe
big
there were a bunch
toe.
of lepers. You never know. Yeah.
I also relay all the
One
information that I know.
singular toe.
Oh.
That's creepy.
That's that one enemy from Curse the Cowardly Dog, right?
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Shay.
Oh wait, no, that was an actual foot. Never mind.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a
that's
whole
an actual
foot.
foot.
There's also this. There's also that episode of SpongeBob where there's a moment when Patrick's feet are toes. It's terrible. It's the worst.
Gross!
No, yeah, it's bad.
Why?
Because I didn't like that.
Because SpongeBob got bad, and a lot of people forget about that.
Yeah, it looks like there are lots of little feats.
I also relayed
And-
whatever information I learned from my investigation whenever that happened.
You got like lots of little claws.
Yeah.
Claws.
Yes, Ulysses claws. But quite a good few of them. It doesn't look like there was any blood. There's no real sign of the horse anywhere. Just kind of all gone.
Oh, nay.
Which way? Do we know which way they went?
It looks like they went
too.
to the like northwest or so.
Mm-hmm.
So it does look like they left by foot on the ground.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they were picked up from out of the sky or anything like that. Okay.
No, there were no airdrops.
Might have been a dirigible or
Goblin shot troopers.
random
Why
griffin.
do I feel like
Now they're the shy guys with the propellers on their heads.
why do I hear the Song of the Valkyries like with a bunch of goblins?
They got their dumb steampunk goggles on. It's great.
They're all in little tiny planes.
Yeah. They haven't figured out landing gear, so they just sort of crash land everywhere.
Of course.
So do we want to track
Sure.
the little feet to wherever they came from, or do we just keep on going?
I mean, this sounds like a fun monster contract.
Does it
We could
follow the
probably
trail?
Follow the trails.
It kind of diverges, but it's not like going in the opposite direction.
I mean, it would be a threat, wouldn't it?
Off pops the peace nuts.
We might want to take care of them before they take care of us.
Or
You're not wrong.
or take care
I
of them
love
so they
a
don't.
Joker persona.
Listen, sometimes I just want to be taken care of.
What?
I said we better take care of them before they take care of us, and I said sometimes
Okay.
I just want to be taken care of.
Oh.
Are we up to speed now? It's not really that complicated of a joke.
It is
No.
though.
Who?
You've been
It's the
where?
wasabi man. He's just
Wait,
like too
who?
spicy.
Oh, really?
What? Following the tricks?
Yes.
I'm gonna need survival.
Uh,
Survival.
Who's doing survival?
Oh well, I fucked up.
What are we going for?
Survival.
13.
13? Alright.
That's
Oh, I thought you were kidding.
Hey, does it count as
You
a
did
roll
better
if
than
you
me.
drop it and it just stays?
Yes?
Yeah.
If it's more than an inch, yes.
I guess it's 5 plus.
You could have
Alright.
just said,
Hey.
well, no.
12.
That's an honest gamer.
12? Alright, and you had 13?
Yes, sir.
What do I add?
8.
We don't want to survive.
That's not helping.
Last week.
So,
I swear to God.
By
By
being
one
into
point.
One of my points.
Spencer,
Hey, Joker.
Yes.
do what?
We said hi.
Hello?
Hello.
How are you?
Lie.
You do kind of follow them like for a bit, and it kind of you do seem to like kind of lose them in the brush, like they seem to turn suddenly somewhere.
We're about to have a Mirkwood situation.
Okay.
But you would need another roll to like pick the trail back up, because it does seem to have suddenly disappeared.
Big money.
We've lost the sun.
It's
Am I just living with my 4, or shall I go
Oh, you
again?
can roll again since
Yes.
he pointed out the trail.
What are we adding?
Hey, that's a
Yeah, I
17.
got a 10 that time.
What was you add your wisdom?
It's an 18. all total.
18.
wow.
18?
Still survival?
16.
Yeah.
15.
15? Alright.
15 for me.
So you're 18s.
Oh, come on.
You guys figure they actually like split in 2 different ways.
Well, I'm not interested in that.
And well, they look like they eventually like reconvene.
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
Like as you guys kind of split up for a second, and you're still within like.
Wait a minute.
Like, you
Why
can
did they
still
do
see
that?
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe
to
we can
throw you
distract
off,
them. No,
because-
didn't work.
like you said.
We were getting lost.
Like you said, I don't want to follow these. If they're gonna split up, some people would just leave.
Maybe they're just really super tall and just like.
That's, I
It's
don't.
one of
I
those
don't
awful
even.
forest creatures.
Hopscotch, man. It's forest hopscotch.
I don't even like that.
It's like those dark art that people make of like the really tall monsters in the trees.
Oh my god, yeah.
I love them and hate them
Yeah.
so much.
What is this thing? I want to know.
The last
Can
one
you
I saw was
show
Friends.
me?
It was Ross, and he was like towering over the other 5. Like, it has to end sometime. And they're like, Ross, no!
What is this thing called?
It's
I don't know what
His
exactly
personality.
they're.
yeah, man. Every
Like,
time I run into it, it's on like
called-
Facebook. So
Well, like there's also there's one that I saw that's like the Kid and the Tiger comic.
Calvin and Hobbes.
Calvin Hobbes,
yeah. I saw that one of those recently, and it's bad.
Oh.
Monster in the trees, we'll say.
Sounds like
Oh, thank you.
Blessed be. Maybe no. These are just weird looking trees. I mean, it's cool.
If you want
It's
to
not
show,
what
if you
I'm
want to show me an
looking for.
example.
That's just Snow White.
I mean, that's always fine, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not sure what even to
That's
search
alright.
for.
That's alright.
Because
If
they're
you find
always,
one,
they're always really well done.
Mm-hmm.
They scare the shit out of me.
Oh, there was one that was like Clifford,
the
and
big
he was
red
like dynamic, like
Yes.
Oh,
Infernal Clifford. You know what I mean? It was
I mean like the ones that are like
no,
they're
same
like
artist.
every day.
Same-
They're still the same artist.
Yeah, same one. There's a Scooby Doo one. There's a Jetsons one.
No, like the ones to where they're like everyday life, like somebody's like in the house and like they're just kind of like doing their thing, and then outside there's like a huge like thin lanky monster,
Yeah.
just kind of like stalking on the outside.
Yeah.
Shaggy?
Yeah.
They're never like an actual like character.
Like
or
Zoinks,
something.
you're gonna make me use 2.35% of my power, dude.
Yeah, I will look later on and have nightmares later.
Fuck!
send one my
Fuck! I feel attacked. Wow.
Good.
No. Don't say.
So, where was I? Oh yeah. You follow that trail.
We blaze.
What the hell?
Not exactly what we were talking about. Just as creepy.
I've seen weirder.
Word.
Like going to store.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
No.
We had Toys R Us for 3.5 years. Using a lot of words.
Oh, Christ.
Why is there?
Yeah.
That's on product. We can't sell that, and I don't want to touch it. Yes. Yes, that applies to all of us. You guys follow the trail, and it's eventually comes up to like a cave mouth, and you guys can hear
It's rude to talk
what
with
sounds
your
like
mouth open.
low drumming from deep within.
Oh, sorry. Let me just
Low drumming.
Yeah.
Do you understand me now? You understand what I'm saying? Am I being polite now?
Turn up on all seven.
Do you prefer this? Shall I talk to you like this for the rest of my life?
Yes.
Alright.
I meant with your mouth full.
Manager
I
to
was
register
speaking.
7. Manager to register 7.
I meant with your mouth full. I'm very tired.
I know what you meant. I just wanted to make fun of how silly
listen,
it was.
I know. Listen. I know.
So, you got a cave mouth. There be drums.
Let's go inside.
I start playing my horn to the beat.
I don't know. Is there a back door to the cave?
Immediately blend into the all-concealing shadows.
Of
I
the
hide.
day.
I
Sorry.
hide.
Let's be sneaky and go into the cave.
I play the
Of
riff. I
wonders.
play the
Really
riff.
sneaky.
I play the riff from Final Countdown.
No.
Well, now they know we're here.
Don't worry, my trumpet's muted.
So you cast silence.
It's a cave. You know how sound travels in a cave?
Yes.
Far.
Not if my trumpet is muted.
No,
What's the-
even if your trumpet is muted.
They can hear your clicks.
And the trumpet.
The drums are drowning it out. Do you know how sound works?
No.
So, I'm gonna need a stealth check if y'all are gonna sneak
Oh
into the
god.
cave.
Oh, yes.
Mr. Pots and Pans.
Are we still underpass without a
Oh, no.
trace?
No.
I'm
a
not
new
allowed to cast it
day.
again, am I?
You can. It's a new day.
It's a new dawn. It's a new day. Please
There you
cast
go.
it.
It's a new day. Yes,
There you
it
go.
is.
So I got a 28 for my stealth check.
Alrighty.
15?
So was he? Are we in 10?
Yes.
With the pass without a trace, I have 20.
Oh,
Alright.
do we have that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then 23.
Alright.
I rolled
I got
3.
luckily a
Although
plus 10. That'd be a
19?
19.
Okay.
with everything, my 3 would have been a 10. So
28.
it's a
Y'all
20.
good.
It's a 20 now, but it would have been a 10.
Would.
How would that have done?
Nah.
Dude, I would have gotten a 9.
So you guys sneak up to the cave mouth.
Hey,
And,
I'm going to
It kinda-
sneak into the mouth.
you can see it. What's everybody's passive perception real quick?
That just starts
15.
right up
15?
and down.
Probably higher than mine.
It's
Good question.
10 plus your perception, 10 plus your wisdom plus proficiency if you have.
10 plus our wisdom modifier?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 13.
11.
11, 13,
Well, actually, wait. I did increase it. 14.
14.
Yeah.
What you got?
12.
12.
What?
Wait, no. 15, because she's proficient.
Alrighty.
What's up?
Your passive perception.
12, I think.
12. Okay. So you two, you see
don't
like
worry,
directly
we're not
in the
gonna look
like mouth of the cave, there
10
seems to
plus
be
this plus your
like a
proficiency.
tripwire
Mhm.
before
That's
you
15.
guys
Yeah, okay.
like go in, and you're able to like step over that, and you see there are what seem to be like rocks like tied on to like string from like vines that if you click it, it would like bang the rocks against the entrance as sort of like an alarming system. But you did it. You
So let's
solved.
not do that.
Yeah, you got past it just fine. Otherwise, it would have been bad.
For everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. Just check.
And as you guys kind of go along inside the cave system for a hot minute, and the drums get louder and louder.
The next generation of cave systems.
Eventually, you get into the into a big room in the cave, and in inside, it seems there is a like rather large skylight, and what seemed to it kind of like goes down a few levels, but there are many kobolds, like all lined up along the various tiers down into this cave, and in the middle there is a rather small pile of like various loot and or supplies of stuff that have been like raided from caravans or like nearby villages. There's like a whole horse on there,
Or perhaps wagons.
I take the horse.
uh,
What else is there?
I mean, there's a lot of kobolds between you and said horse.
No. I
Yes.
take the horse.
I mean, we can get the horse later.
And
That fucking horse has an amethyst on.
In meat.
uh,
Horse meat.
and as you guys are sitting there looking at the image, you guys hear what sound like large wings from the like skylight up above, and then a loud like
Did
as
you
something
shit all over
large.
the floor?
Yes,
Awesome.
the cave shat.
Damn.
It became
And
shed.
in the shat there is like you see a like a large green head like pop in and look in to see all the
Is it the
kobolds.
dragon?
It's the
It is a
wizard.
dragon.
The mask?
It's the mask.
Uh,
He pops his head in and says, "Ooh, somebody stop me!"
excellent. But it
That's what
is
happens though,
it
right?
is like a large green dragon that's
Cool.
like looks down and
I feel no connection to this
Sees-
dragon as I have blue dragon blood.
Yeah. and he is a blue dragon born.
So we might actually be
Realize-
Kaze!
Let's go bowling.
Let's go bowling.
And he kind of like shimmies down the skylight to look at the pile of various things.
Horse.
Actually, I need a green die because I am a
Thematic.
problem. Okay, he doesn't see you.
No.
So he kind of like looks around and just seeing all his peasants and starts speaking in Draconic. I think two of you know Draconic?
Yes,
They should. If they don't, I'm going to have questions.
What's up?
I know. Draconic.
So you you
Is there
hear
a
him
language
say,
thing?
Yeah, it's
Never mind.
"Not
I
great, but doable." As he goes and like sits down on it like a cat, like furls up his arms
Does he
up
say,
into his
if
body.
I fit, I sit?
He doesn't say it, but he exudes it.
He practices it.
It comes out of his dragon pores.
If I fit, I sit.
And as you guys are like sitting there looking, you hear what sounds like a few, like a pretty big band of kobolds are coming up behind you guys, like with stuff in tow, seeming to block your guys' exit out of here.
Good. Just what I want for
Fine.
Christmas.
Looks like we made this our home.
Made our bed.
Since it's 1:45.
You're 145.
Oh, hey, Grim.
Oh, hello, Grimpatch. Sorry you're coming in here at the end of the show.
On the cusp.
We apologize.
On the cusp.
Yeah, I got a game I gotta run at 10 a.m.
Yes.
And then when I get done with that at 5, I have to immediately go to the boardroom and teach world building, economy,
Gross.
and other stuff for Dungeons and Dragons.
Look at
I
you.
mean, fun, but gross.
Yeah, well, I'm getting paid for it. So
That's wow. That's
Does
so
it get for
job.
running games like 6 days a week? I get 1 day off where I play next week.
So you get no days off.
Yeah, no days off. I haven't had a day off in
20 years.
God, sometimes it feels like that. It's been about almost 2 months now. Like I've just been steadily like hosting games like once or twice a day sometimes. So it's fun. You guys got to join in sometime.
I mean, it's
These
good
two
work
know what
if
it's
you
all
can
about.
do it.
The Monday thing coming up. Ooh, boy, you guys are so
When?
It's
Whenever we get
yeah.
to.
Like
Oh,
even
yeah,
like
yeah.
I think this Monday, even if I have to, like I will personally go and pick all you guys up if need be, and so we can play the show. That's if you're not working another shift. that wasn't funny. I'm sorry.
No, not Mondays. I usually don't.
I just know that
Yeah,
like
nice, but-
like your job has been like hella hectic like lately, so it's just really hard to anticipate for it. So-
No, yeah, that's just how it be.
Yeah, true. Not your fault.
But yeah, we're gonna do some stuffs on the way to the White Plumes, the Plumage Mountains. Yes. Yes. All right.
I'm very tired.
I think we
Insane.
all are.
Don't listen
Bye.
to me.
Oh,
Goodbye,
Bye, everyone. How do you make friends?
how do you make?
Talk to people.
How do you make friends?
I don't know.
That's
You just
Start
go-
off on the internet and go from there.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
Internet's pretty cool.
I mean, we don't have
Just be
crayons
wary
to
of who you
share
trust.
anymore, so it's really hard to make
I got lucky
friends.
for my first 2.
Yeah, the internet is
Now it's not becoming a trustworthy place. It's not. So many catfishing nowadays.
Not becoming. It's
Uh,
never been safe.
Back then,
there's just ways to like not prevent it, but like make that communication easier. What am I trying to say? There's like webcams you can get on microphone and make sure
I don't want to do that.
who you are.
I don't want to do that. Sorry, I got in a car crash.
Okay, hold on.
I
I think I missed a step in there.
Yes.
No, this is
Several.
one of the classic excuses of not wanting to talk to you.
Well,
How
So
we
you
get?
can't actually see them.
How we get from
Okay,
A to
who
Z?
they are.
here?
I don't know.
None of us do.
Listen, I'm tired.
if they
I've been watching
don't
too much catfish.
if they-
Moving on.
if they don't offer to like if they're not trying to like
Still open, or is it closed?
Huh?
I mean, not right
I
now.
mean the drunken
Catfish.
fish.
No, the jumping catfish only summoned.
Oh, I don't know.
Now,
I
yes.
never even heard
No,
of it.
is it?
Oh,
No,
like
it's
closed?
open.
Closed? No.
Yeah, no,
It's
okay,
open.
it's still there.
It's open.
It's open.
I think it
Oh,
reopened.
yeah, they did the remodel
Right.
really recently. That's what.
All right,
This
gang. Well, I'm
catfish
gonna
sounds so
vamoose.
say,
Do that lickety split drive on the way home.
I was gonna say if someone keeps making excuses for not wanting to get on webcam or talk to you before you meet up with them, don't meet up with them.
Yeah, that's some freaky deaky stuff.